Hello again, everyone. Oh my goodness, I've been searching and searching this morning for a particular stamp set that I couldn't find. I used it not too long ago, had it for years, but I don't know what I've done with it. And it really irritates me because I wanted to do something with it. And it's kind of thrown me sideways. So I've just grabbed a different little stamp, nothing like the one I was after. I was going to make a Christmas card. I was going to use the small panel in the middle like I did yesterday. I was going to do triple embossing like I did yesterday, but it's going to be different. So I'm just going to have a go. I've got some little squares here to cut it with. This is just a sprig with berries on. I don't know kind of what it's supposed to be, but I'm just going to have a go. So I'm going to stamp it first, colour it, do some bits and pieces, and then cut it out, and then we'll do some embossing. Okay, let's just pop this on here. Lovely, lovely sharp colour. I'm using Versamark, but I don't think it's going to matter. I don't think it's going to smudge. 2 shades of red for the berries. I may put a tiny bit of a jelly roll dot on there as well, just to give a highlight. But we will see. It does irritate me when I can't find things. It really does. If you go to the place where you think it should be, and then get thrown for a loop because it's not actually there. So I must have just put it away somewhere stupid when I had my mind on something else, I suspect. Anyway, I'm putting a little of the darker green on the side, the left-hand side, because for some reason I nearly always assume that my light source is coming from the right. So the lighter colour goes on that side. Okay, I will just try with the jelly roll pen to see if I can just get a little highlighted dot on there. Just liven it up, doesn't it? Right, next thing, I was going to put a bit of, just a bit of crazy paving, whatever, over it. I did try it out with another piece of card. I think this is about the sort of craze I want, crackle, or whatever you care to call it. Okay, a bit of crackle over there. I think I'm going to leave it at that for now. So, which one do we want? I think this one. When I've cut it out, I think I'm going to put the highlight back, because the stamp with the crackle on, the gold, has dulled down the white highlight. So I'll cut it out and then I'll put that back. Okay. Okay, there's our little tile. Pop that back there. I'll be using some of that, more of that sheet probably for some surrounds. Let me just put these little dots back. Does make a difference, doesn't it? Really livens them up. Now, I want to use some gilding wax, but I think I'm going to use that after I've done the embossing. So, embossing, clear embossing this time. So here's my Versamark. I probably should wait until that is dry, but I'm not going to. I haven't got the patience. I am a very impatient crafter. I like things to be done kind of yesterday, if you know what I mean. Things that take time to dry or harden or whatever always kind of make me cross, really. Right, I'm just going to heat set this. And now I'm going to do it again. And now I'm going to do it once more, because I do need a certain depth of embossing powder, because what I want to do is to stamp into this with this little tiny round postage thing. I'm just going to do it on the corner there or on the corner up there, one of those two. And I'm going to do that with gold into the molten powder. So I'm going to do at least 3 layers. Sometimes I'll do 4 if I want a decent impression with the stamp. I'm going to do 1 more. So I'm just going to put some ink on this stamp a minute. Because I need to have my stamp ready for when this is molten so that I can stamp into it and make an impression. Deboss, in fact. So as yesterday, I am working on a silicone mat, which is heat resistant, so that I'm not damaging my working surface. This is number. Now I'm going to press very hard. And you can see it's embossed into it and it's left the colour as well. I went so hard, look, I've got the outside one as well. But what I'm going to do now is add a bit more embossing, not embossing, gilding wax to the edge of the square. These are just little eyeshadow applicators. I buy them on Amazon. Okay. I'm going to just go over the edge slightly, not just a line at the edge, you know, I'm going to let it encroach just a little bit. Like on that corner there, for example. Pretty, isn't it? Do you think that's cute? Right, I'm just going to clear it up and then we'll sort out our mount, how we're going to display this tile. As it's so small, the size card it's going on to, it needs to have the eye drawn to it. So that's what we can do with the way we mount it. So I'll be back when I'm cleared up. I've had a bit of a clear up and I've decided to do the same sort of thing, but again, using different dyes to get what I want. So I think the one for the outside of this was Creative Expressions, but to make it into a frame, I just had to search for a dye that would be, you know, kind of close. I would have liked it perhaps a tad bigger, but this is the biggest one I could find. It was one of the new Craft Addiction ones. So 2 things. One, the fact that it's got the holes in means that I can't put glue tape behind, no, foam tape behind, because it would show through. So that means it's going to go flat onto the card. I could cut several and stack them, but what I think I'm going to do is actually colour these ones. I'm going to have this coloured with gilding wax and stuck to the card. This one coloured with gilding wax but raised in the centre. So that's kind of, you know, variations on a theme, shall we say. So let's just do this first, and I will need time to let this gilding wax dry before I start to try and stick it down. Otherwise I'll get smudges on the card front. I've done it before, so, you know, got smudges, I mean, not this particular card. So let's just put this onto a different piece of silicone so I can move it out of the way when I need to. It's quite a good way of colouring card. It's, people say, well, you could have used gold card, but gold card is mirror card, you know, it's got a different finish completely. So this one is a satiny, sort of satiny finish, and I kind of care for it. So, opulence. There's one. If you rub too hard, you rub some of it off. So there we go. And the other one, let's just lift it off. I don't want to get any smudges anywhere. So I only need to do the outside of this one. Okay. So there are our two frames, and that is going to sit in the middle, like that. But that is going to be raised. So I will need to just leave that for a few moments to let it sort of set, get body and soul together. And then I'll stick that to that, put that on foam tape, and this one around the edge. I don't want to put it on there at the minute because I just wonder if you can see the effect on something else. Got just a piece of copy paper here, so let's just see. I will put the photograph at the end anyway. Do you see? That's the kind of thing. So I will put I'm not going to put a sentiment at all. It's just going to be this. So when it's dry, I'll transfer it to the card base. Well, I have stuck down the outer one just with glue, with ordinary glue. This one mounted on foam tape, and it's finished. But it's kind of variations on a theme, as I said earlier. Each card has got the same principle, a small tile in the centre with something to draw the eye to it. So thank you for the thumbs ups. Thank you for subscribing and checking, those people who do. Several people have said to me recently that they looked and they had been unsubscribed. So thank you for that, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll come back for another one very soon.